Okay. Bienvenidos. All right, last class, I have found myself talking at the end of class about how a proper Shavasana is 20 minutes, and we never do that here, just for the sake of time and brevity and all of that. And then I've been thinking about that. And so what I'm going to do today is we're going to do, I don't know if it's going to be a full 20 minutes, but my intention is at 10 after the hour, we're going to get into a Shavasana position, whatever you like. And I'm going to take you through a 61 point of light guided Shavasana. And that's that. Okay. Yay. I just see Anne and she's cheering, and I know Grandma's cheering. So I'm not sure he's not alone. Yes. Okay. Well, oh, beautiful. My friends. Amazing. Great. Okay. So the 61 point of light guided meditation will be, I'm just going to get into it now, and then we'll just flow in won't have to do any explanation. But so it's a guided through the body, and I'm going to go slow enough so that I gift you this if this is helpful. You don't have to do anything. The idea is to just, bring your awareness to certain parts of your body and be with that. So what I like to do when I'm the student in that kind of offering is when the instruction is like, right thumb, then I would repeat that to myself, maybe with an inhale, think right, and then exhale into the thumb, and just put my intentions there. So that's how I like to play with this kind of an offering. So if that works, you just silently repeat to yourself. Okay, we're going to use the wall. So because we're going to do this, we're not going to move a ton, but I do want to get, I want to get the spine moving around in all directions. This point of light, often the spinal fluid is sometimes described as like this, like your light force, your life force. And that the lightness within, the spine is housed deep in the body. Obviously, we all know how very important it is. And that the spinal fluid is, sacred. And it stays where it is, right? It just travels up and down in this point of light. Okay, so that's my introduction to class. Okay, make yourself comfortable, whatever you need to do to get into this sit. Wiggle around a little bit, find your grounding, find your lengthening. And once you feel settled, let your eyes close, your jaw drop. And just bringing maybe that imagery of the length of your spine, grounded by the tailbone, and then drawing all the way up into the back of the skull. And as you bow your chin, you lengthen through the back of your head. It's almost like you're drawing the top part of the spine up, and then allowing the base of you to just release to the floor in this moment of quiet connection. Feeling the body breathing around, ensconcing, protecting, lubricating all the intricate parts of your central line. And quiet connection and your conscious presence. And take your inhalation. As you exhale, bring your hands together at your heart and bow your chin, honoring all that is within. And we'll open practice and bring some resonance into our being. Chant Om 3 times. Inhale, lengthen. Release this breath. We'll inhale fully to begin. Om. Whoa. Whoa. Bow in your chin, release your hands to your thighs, lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, so we're gonna stay sitting. Stretch your legs, change the cross of your legs, or maybe this is your jam, you wanna sit here, that's all fine. However you're sitting, we're gonna take our arms and you're just gonna start to lift, extend one and the other. And just let this, it can be slow, just feeling this twist here. Just doing this, and then I'm going to start to we call it painting lines. So I'm going to take the arms up and then move them down. And so we're just hitting different points of light as we do this. You can open your hands, breathe. Okay, so I have my hands facing down. Whatever you've done, just change the way your hands are facing. So now I'm going to have them face each other. And that's going to just change the angle of the shoulders a little bit. Okay, let's just do one more here. And then we're just going to pause. Feel that awakening. Okay, I'm going to change the way I'm sitting so you can change the cross. I'm going to sit on my toes. And then we're going to take the arms out. And this time we're going to just do a little twisting. So you can have the elbows bent. You can have the arms open, like the elbows can still be bent. Just even just moving between the two and just feeling. Okay, you're just rotating. Maybe the arms are going to lift a little bit. And then they're going to flutter downwards a little bit. Breathing and opening your magic. Okay, and just moving through the last few moments. And then we'll just rest into that. Feel that. Okay, either change the cross of your legs or change how you're sitting. Actually, let's all be cross-legged. So change the cross of your legs, and we're just going to do this little side bend over to one side, and we're just going to float between the two. I'm just going to go, in such a nice flow that you're feeling. You're moving the breath, awakening your body. Good. Okay, and the next time you come over to the right, we're going to circle the left arm. So beautifully, and then just circling your arms. So we're rotating, we're opening the shoulders. Maybe the head is turning. Well, I find that the reaching part feels so good. So you might just even reach it up, pause, and then extend. Good. Okay. We'll move into our final few. So you'll end over on the left side. And then once again, just rest in and feel. Okay. Just before we go on, find that lengthening of the back of the neck, the chin gently dropping to the heart lifting to the chin, and the tail dropping. Just pause. Okay, and then we'll change the cross of the legs. Or if you need to stretch your legs out, we're going to do twist. And we're going to just do that also in a flowing way. I'm turning to the side because as I come over, I might even lean back and then just come back and forward. So you're just very nicely in a way that feels opening. Spine, maybe the sides of the waist are coming along. You don't have to go very fast. You could be going, half time of what I'm doing. Okay. So now I'm going to start to take, I'm keeping this moving side to side, but I'm going to come a little more upright. Just hit a different part here. Drop your jaw. Good. Okay. Moving into our final view. And then once again, just bring yourself to sit and feel. And great. Change the cross of the legs. All right, we're going to take a forward fold. So this is me just kind of moving my buttock flesh out. You could be sitting on whatever you like. I'm going to reach the arms up. And then as you breathe out, take your arms down. And you're not going for a full forward fold. We're going to start with this bit of shoulder flossing. So moving one shoulder forward and the other. So the hands can be as far apart as you need. Yeah, just moving in whatever way. You might even find like, oh, you might be adding in a cat and a cow in some way, whatever it is. Think of this is just to move the spine around and complementary parts. Okay, so I'm going to do one more here. And then we'll inhale. I love to lengthen first. And then exhale and come into your version of forward fold here. And we're going to let the head drop. So I'm on my forearms. You could be on your hands, whatever it is. Just let your head drop, chin dropping towards your heart, jaw dropping, eyes dropping, tailbone dropping. And just letting the breath rest in some way. One more. Full breath. Breathe out. Come on up. And then once you get up, just take your hands behind you. Let's stretch the legs out. And we'll do this, we did this quite a bit last week. Just flossing the shoulders. So you want to bend your legs, bend your leg. Oh, I left my socks on, so we're going to do footy, and I forgot. That's what we're going to do next. We're going to do footy. Let's do this. Okay, then pause here, just a little bit of a wrist stretch. So legs straight or bent, all good, open. If your legs are straight, flex your feet. And I'm going to come onto the forearms just as a way of opening a little bit more. So hands are down, open the shoulders. Well, I feel I'm going to throw this in here. If this is interesting, you lift your legs, but you don't have to. This is, it's just stuff. Get one more breath. Okay, and then we're going to come out. Again, still sitting. Grab a foot, sock on, sock off. Wake it up. Give it a good little rub. Okay, I'm going to pull the sock off so I can put my fingers between the toes. Take all the sock lint with it. Good. Okay. And then this, which you know so well, you can do this in your sleep. You be with this. Use your thumb if you feel so inclined today. And spreading the fingers and opening up the spaces, the points of light between your toes. How's the baby toe today? Don't ever think about it really, or feel it, or notice it, unless we do something, drop something on it, or stub it. And then we know it's there. Otherwise, we don't even really know it's there. Okay, I'm just going to release. I'm going to give them a little pull and a tug, a little twist, a little warm up, and then whole foot love, and a good twist to the whole foot. Okay, and then pause, even if you have your sock on. Just feeling, deep awareness. Maybe you can feel the baby toe. Okay. Then we'll take the other foot. Same thing. Love it up. All of its magnificence. The miraculous miracle of the foot design itself. Your sacred geometry, how the hands mimic the feet, yet they couldn't be more different. Okay, so weaving fingers in between toes. Pull, and then bask in whatever is yours today. Just, okay, that's what this is today. No attachment, no aversion. Moving from a place of love. Okay, this just popped in my head, but it's like, always, and your grandparents, your parents, you yourself may say this too, food always tastes better when you cook it with love. Same. Okay, I'll just give these toes a little twist. Okay. All right, so now we're going to come onto your back, and I want you to set up so that when your feet can be on the floor. Eventually, we're going to put our feet at the wall here. So set yourself up in a way that works. And are there two? Oh, yes, there's two. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put down a blanket for the torso. And then maybe the other one will go at the top for the head. And if you have a heating pad available and you like that, you throw that in. I'll put this one here. Okay, let's take your block with you. Good friend block. And set it over to the side. And then I'm going to adjust my camera. But once you're down, make it comfortable. It's pretty comfortable. Okay, and then just take a few moments. Okay. Just dropping in, and I did say feet on the floor. If you want to put your legs up your wall right away, or feet at the wall, that's all fine too. Whatever you prefer. And just taking your attention to the length of your spine. Just feel it dropping and resting within your body. You can imagine that happening. That it's just nice and supported by the length of the floor. Okay, and then we're going to open the arms out to the side. You're going to unfurl your wings. Palms are going to face up. And then just pause here for a breath or two and feel the tops of the shoulders, the upper arms melt to the floor. Let them really go as much as you can. And that same idea when we're sitting, I'm going to just pick the head up, lengthen through the back of the neck as much as I can, and then put it back down. Maybe the chin will start to just aim towards your heart space. Okay. And then let yourself sink. We're going to move into windshield wiper. So feet back on the floor, heel toe they're nice and wide. And as you exhale, drop the knees to one side and let the body twist. So that's why the feet are nice and wide. You could make them wider. You're going to do that little hip lift on the side that the knees are not on. And so you're just opening up this idea of, twisting the spine a little bit in the back. It's not a huge twist, obviously, but just lifting the ribs maybe on one side. Okay, and let's do one more on each side. And then you'll come back to your center. You bring the feet right together. And we're going to do windshield wiper again. This time the feet are, maybe the big toes are together, heels are apart a little bit. And as you exhale, drop your knees to one side, and then you'll move it over to the other side. So the foot actually lifts. You're doing your best to keep the knees together. Move slower if you need to. Let the twist unfold. Okay, I'm going to take these wings above my head to just find some length for the next few. Good. Okay, let's drop the knees to the right. I'm going to keep them here. You need to separate or step the left leg on top or whatever you feel you want to explore here. Maybe those knees together, just dropping over, might open up something or release tension in the left hip a little bit. So be playfully curious for the next 3 breaths. And we move into the final moment, whatever shape you're in, and you let the spine rest. Feel from the tailbone to that little notch that holds your skull, the brain stem. Good. Okay, and then bring yourself onto your back, adjust what you need to, and then drop those knees over to the opposite side. And if you need to separate or create more space, that's beautiful and intuitive. Just breathing here. I still have my arms overhead. If that's too much, put them somewhere else. And then just coming back to this idea of dropping from the tailbone to the brainstem, melting to the floor. It's bringing in the heaviness. The opposite of heavy is light. So if you're releasing and feeling heavier, something's becoming lighter. Okay. And then bring yourself back to your center. Plant your feet on the floor. I still have my arms overhead, but you can put them down, all the way down by your sides. We're going to lift the hips up a little bit. So inhale. As you exhale, oh, wait, maybe you did already. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Okay. And then inhale, lift your hips. And we're just going to come up maybe 50% and do that little hip sway. So one hip lifts and the other one lifts. And as the hip lifts, that same foot might push down. And you're just finding a little swivel here. You just move think of the base of the spine, the lumbar spine is moving side to side. Okay. And then come down, take a rest here. You could pigeon toe your feet, let the knees drop together. Breathe. Checking the time. Okay. Good. All right. So I'm going to take my arms down by my side. And we're going to do a little bridge, probably like 10 times like we've been doing. So just lifting and lowering. You can add your arms if you like, or you just keep them down by your sides. So right before we start, really feel the shoulders drop to the floor, the upper arms drop, reposition your head. And then you find your feet, you feel them there. Exhale, release to the floor. And as you inhale, you'll lift your hips, maybe the arms come over the head. And as you exhale, you're going to lower. And we're going to lower from top to bottom. Feeling like as you inhale, the tailbone is lifting and you're rolling. You might get all the way to what you feel might be close to the brainstem and all the way down. But you're just going to a place where you can smile and feel like, oh yeah, I'm doing some good stuff here. Okay, I'm going to add my arms. I'm going to do them a little bit different than we normally do. Good. So now as I inhale, lift the hips, I'm going to bring the arms down by my sides. And as I exhale and lower the hips to the floor, the arms are coming up and overhead. I'm just feeling into, if you feel like you get a little arch in the back when you lower, just this moving. I said 10, I think we've done more than 10. You might be done. I feel I'm going to do maybe 2 more. And as I finish this last one, lower all the way down. You can put your legs at the wall if you like, or whatever you need to do to just rest in a few moments. And hug the knees, or we all are going to hug our knees into our chest and just rock side to side. Little baby rocks. And we'll start to circle the knees so the hands can hold on as you circle. So we just keep it very small. And then reverse direction when it feels right. Okay, I'm going to make bigger circles. So I'm going to take my arms out to the side, palms up or palms down, and the calves can move away from the thighs. And you're just making these big, beautiful circles. Good. And then at some point here, change direction. Just make these big, beautiful circles. Yeah, awesome. Good. Okay, I'm going to hug the knees into the chest and just rest here. So interlace your fingers or hug them in or behind the thigh, anywhere, it all works. You just feel like I'm going to melt my entire length of spinal cord. Deep within, deep towards the floor. Tailbone to brainstem. Shoulders relaxing, even if they're lifting. Belly releasing. Being in this very tight place. And if it feels like that would be okay, then maybe you lift your head up and just make yourself so small. Hug in. I'm taking my hands to the soles of my feet here and just drawing them in. At the same time, pressing the feet into the hands. If that works, don't worry about it. Okay, and then release. Let your arms open. The feet can step off the mat. Maybe the legs go up the wall, whatever it is. Just make yourself really big. Feel your energy so big. Good. Okay, let's take good old friend block. Bring your legs to feet are on the floor, hip distance apart. I'm going to put the block under the sacrum. You go any height you like. Lowest height, second height. If you want to use 2 blocks, you can just put them together. Create a bigger space for yourself. Even for I'm going to go highest. So I'm actually going to use 2 blocks. Put one on either, so they're touching and they're just supporting either side of the sacrum. You might like that. That might be really nice. So whatever height you have the blocks, we're just going to take this lift. Arms are resting. Just, this is our upside down. Just drop in, and even, whatever height you're on is good work. Find this idea. Brainstem to tailbone, softening. It's really releasing into this space we've created. Eyes are closed. Depending on how high you have the blocks, you might even feel like if you opened your eyes, you'd be looking into your own heart. Okay, so we're going to take another few breaths here. So I hope you're, with air quotes, comfortable. Just melt in. Okay, last breath. Find a way to come off the blocks. Take them out completely. Lower yourself all the way down. Pause for a breath or 2. And then we're going to come back to our good friend windshield wiper. I'm going to walk my feet nice and wide apart. And then just finding this little stretch. And we're going to add the arms. Okay, they're going to circle. So you could do whatever you like. But as I drop the knees to the right, the left arm is going to sweep down over the thigh and up and all the way back. And then the other arm down first and up and over. Good. I'm just moving through this a few times. Full circling, releasing and opening. Okay, I'm going to do one more on each side. Ending over on the left side. Then we'll come back to center. Okay, so here's where we're going to put the feet at the wall. So you might have to scoot yourself, readjust props. See how it is. Okay, so we're like sitting in a chair, my favorite kind of chair. And then just, check your feet out. How you doing there, feet? You're good, nicely placed. Okay, let's cross the left ankle over the right knee. And then if you need to walk your foot up to create more space or down, kind of play with that. And then we'll just wave this side to side a few times. Just like this, just nothing fancy. Side to side. You can really maybe play with the articulation of the right foot. So I've lifted my toes away and I'm going on the baby toe edge and the inner side of the foot. Okay, and then come to be here for a moment or two. And you can take the thigh off if you want to hug in. But just for this moment, because we're here, feel like the tailbone can drop, the brainstem can, the two legs of the spine are there. And then see, if you take the leg off, does that change things a lot? If it changes a lot, maybe you keep the foot at the wall today. So just focusing on this idea of dropping, inviting in more light. I love to think about these expressions that have been around for a long time, but like that expression, lighten up. What does it mean? It means your energy is very heavy, or you're very down, or how can we lighten you up? How can you lighten yourself up? Release that. Okay, walk your right foot in a little bit. Let's cross this left knee right over. And then I'm going to come back to this windshield wiper here. So I have knee over knee, just moving this side to side a few times. If you want to wrap that foot around, if that's interesting, go for that. And good. Okay, and then rest here. You want to hug it in, you can, or you can just be here. 2 more breaths. And then release. Open your legs up the wall, take some space. If you want to turn the toes in and out a few times, let's do that. And then we'll do all that on the second side. So bend the knees, feet at the wall, take a little look at your feet. And then right ankle over left knee. And then we'll go to a little bit of a side to side windshield wiper. Being aware of your left foot at the wall there and everything else period. Good. Okay. And coming to rest here however you like, but start with this idea of lengthening, nice open, rejuvenated spinal column, resting into the body. And then if you want to bring that thigh in without compromising too much the length of the spine. Just take 3 more breaths. Okay. And then release and across and knee over knee. So you might walk the left foot in a little bit. And then just a little bit of side to side. So I've wrapped this foot underneath. That's might challenge the knees a little bit. So you see what's better. Or you don't have to. It's just, places to go. That's it. Okay. And then coming to rest, foot at the wall or hug it in. Softening, length of your spine, resting. And then release. You can stretch your legs up for a moment, move your feet around. Okay, so I'm just going to take this support I have under my head out for this next one. Still, I guess my head's on the blanket, but without that extra lift. I'm going to take the feet to the wall, bring the arms down by your sides, and we're going to lift the hips. So once you get up, if you're watching me, I'm just snuggling my shoulders down, upper arms to the wall. And then you might just lift a little bit. But if you can lift up a lot, you might walk your feet up. If you feel like you want to take a little half, I call this a half shoulder stand because my hips are resting into my hands. And then one foot and come down without turning your head. So, okay, so whatever you do here, we're just going to use the wall to just move the spine. Okay, so you can plant the upper arms, drop the shoulders, realign your head, and then melt into this. And as you inhale, you lift your hips and they can come just a little bit, and then maybe you hang out, wag your tail, or even lower down and just do it a few times. So whatever you feel like doing here, maybe the arms come right down by your sides and you're just lifting and lowering. It's all part of your experience right now today, whatever's happening. Okay, I'm going to take it into that half shoulder stand because I mentioned it. I'll walk the feet up the wall, take one leg out, then the other one, and then look into your own heart, lifting the tailbone up, walking the hands down the back. And take 3 more breaths, whatever you're doing. Even if it's just resting on the floor with the legs up, that's great. Okay, and we'll come out, one leg to the wall, second leg. Oh, it didn't look, but I see a little ending that looks great. Okay, be here. Feel all of that spinal fluid going, oh man, look at all this space. Okay. And then maybe I'll have the knees in, do a little bit of rocking. Okay, and then I'll have you take your time. You're gonna roll to your side, or if you want to rock and roll with a little bit of space here, do that. And then we're gonna set up for your Savasana. Whatever you like, friends. If you support under the head, support under the body, bolster. You like the blocks to support the heels. If you want to do legs up the wall, you'll just move yourself out when you're ready. So the idea here is to get very, very comfortable. And I say move yourself out, but try to move as little as possible. So whatever you need to do to make it comfortable. You have an eye pillow, if you have a sandbag, if you have a cute puppy you want to put on your tummy, any of that is good. Nice socks on, that good stuff. Okay. I'm actually going to be reading this, so I'm just going to be sitting. And it's nice if you can be in a darkened space. So, something to cover your eyes. Okay. And then once you are settled in your rest, then we'll just start by, even bringing the hands together, giving them a little rub. And then you can place them over your eyes, or if you have an eye pillow on, you just place them somewhere else on your body. And just receive this, your own energy, your good energies. You can do that again if you like. Just let your hands find their restful place. Imagining this length of your spine, your tailbone, all the way up to the brainstem that holds your head. Just feeling this being held in the carriage of the body. You can just rest. Gift yourself permission to be heavier. Consciously feeling the lightness of your breath, bathing all parts, all length of the spine, encouraging its heaviness. Moving into the restful nature of your eyes as they gently drop down, encouraged by this restful length of your spine. The eyes can relax. And just before we move into our point of light meditation, just with this awareness to the tailbone and the top of the spine at the brainstem. You might even feel how they move in opposition as you breathe. As you inhale, you might notice the tailbone draws back. And as you exhale, top of the brainstem just curls inward towards your face. Just feeling this. Maybe it might be opposite for you. Notice, when you breathe in, you feel the brainstem move. And as you breathe out, the tailbone gently moves. So whatever it is, just being aware of the very gentle movements that are happening here. Just a simple act of breathing and being. This acknowledgement that everything is affected by the flow of your breath. So we begin our meditation, beginning with a nice big breath in and maybe a gentle sigh out through your mouth. I'm just going to name the parts and guide your awareness. Point between the eyebrows, your third eye, hollow of your throat, right shoulder, right elbow, middle of the right wrist, tip of your right thumb, tip of your index finger, tip of the middle right finger, tip of the right ring finger, tip of the right small finger, right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, hollow of your throat, left shoulder, left elbow, middle of the left wrist, tip of your left thumb, tip of your right index finger, left, tip of the left middle finger, tip of the left ring finger, tip of the pinky, left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, hollow of your throat, your entire right arm, back of your right hand, center of your right palm, front of the right shoulder, center of your heart, left arm, back of the left hand, center of the left palm, front of the left shoulder, center of your heart, back of your heart, back of the right shoulder, back of your heart, back of the left shoulder, back of your heart, your heart center, your solar plexus, center of you, your navel center, your pelvis, your right hip, right knee, right ankle, tip of your right big toe, tip of your second toe, Tip of third right toe. Tip of the fourth right toe. Right pinky. Sole of right foot. Top of right foot. Right calf. Right thigh. Right hip joint. Pelvic bowl. Tailbone. Left hip. Left knee. Left ankle. Left big toe. Tip of the second left toe. Tip of the third left toe. Tip of the fourth left toe. Left pinky. Sole of the left foot. Top of the left foot. Left calf. Left thigh. Left hip. Pelvic bowl. Tailbone. Low back. Mid back. Upper back. Back of your neck. Top of your spine. Back of your skull. Crown of your head. Right ear. Right cheek. Hollow of your throat. Back of your skull. Crown of your head. Left ear. Left cheek. Hollow of your throat. Top of your spine. Exhaling this next breath through the whole length of your spine to the tail. Resting in your stillness, in your heavy, and in your light. It's releasing your eyes heavy, imagining they're falling to the top of the brainstem. And consciously releasing the length of the spine, deep, all the way down. The length of it and the heaviness of it. And your gratitude and your awareness. All that you are. In conscious connection. From the tip of the baby toe to the expansive nature of your heart space. All the way to the crown of your head. Feeling yourself encased, surrounded in liquid light. Any color you like, holding you. Gently being breathed in and out. You can choose to continue to rest here, my friend. If you need to move and you're ready to come out, then just making the time and the space to come out with great care. Cooking this recipe to arise with all of your love. You are coming up and just embodying this stillness, this great gift of self-love. Being in your own divine presence, holy and holy. Joining your palms together at your heart and bowing your chin. Silent gratitude. You wish to stay here and just let me bless you as we seal this class with our mantra and inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. Shanti and peace. Om Namaste with so much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste, friends. Yes, still in the village. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday. So much love. I'm going to take all of that you're sending out and bring it right in. Thank you, thank you. Oh, beauties. Thank you. Have a great day, guys.